Hello, friends, and welcome back to r/IDontWorkHereLady. And if you work at one bank, then you work at all banks. At least for Karen from our first story. I don't work at Yossis Bank. I was working in a small community bank when we received a phone call. C is customer, M is me. Me. Small community bank, this is they might be trolls. C. Finally, I gets to talk to someone. I want to get my money off my card. I know almost all of our customers, and none of them are remotely from the deep south like this lady, and we don't have a phone tree that would make it difficult to get in contact with us, so she's probably not one of our customers, but I check anyway just to be sure. The account number she gives me is incorrect, and neither her name nor social security number are connected to an account here. M. We don't have any record of an account under your name. Do you have an account with Small Community Bank? I have an account with a bank. Was that supposed to be the name of a bank? Maybe the phone connection is bad. I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear that. What was the name of the bank? Yas Bank. I still couldn't understand what she was saying. Okay, how's that spelled? It's Yas's bank. I want my money. Could you please tell me how to spell the name of the bank so I could look it up? Sure. It's U-All's Bank. Y'all's Bank. Facepalm. We're not getting anywhere here. Time for a new tactic. Okay, what does it say on the front of your debit card? It says my account with Y'all's Bank. I have no record of an account for you with Small Community Bank. What's the name of the bank on the card? It's a Goliath National Bank. That's Y'all's Bank. Okay, if your account is with Goliath National Bank, then you would have to call them for any information on your account. No, you guys are the bank. So you have to give me my money off my card. Your account is with Goliath National Bank. I don't work there. You need to call them to get your money. That's a bunch of bull crap. I know you're trying to steal my money. That's a bunch of bull crap, and y'all know it. Y'all trying to steal my money. You have my money in y'all's bank, so give me my money right now. Click. I'd had enough. This lady tried calling back multiple times, and I immediately hung up each time. I have actual customers who are decent human beings. The tale of the missing waifu. So I just received this phone call, and what? It was from a number I didn't recognize, but an area code from a few towns over. So I figured it probably wasn't a telemarketer and answered it. I will be me, caller will be C. Me. Hello? C. Hi, I ordered my waifu from you 2 weeks ago off Etsy and still haven't received it yet. What? My waifu, anime body pillow? I was really looking forward to getting it before Christmas. It's my first one. Is there any chance I'll still get it before Christmas? You've definitely got the wrong number. No, I don't. And then they read a number that's very much not mine. How could you possibly mistype that badly? That's not my number, I tell them. I copied the number right off your Etsy page. Me, internally. Lies. Where's my waifu? Me. Is this a prank call or something? That's not my number. Look at your phone. Look at the number you're calling right now. I don't have an Etsy account. I've never used it before. You got the wrong number, bud. Listen here, you effing monster. You're really gonna scam a nice guy like me this close to Christmas? I've tried to be polite, but I won't let some Chad like you steal from me. Not joking. This is verbatim what he said. Calm the F down, a-hole. I'm not trying to scam you. Then where is my waifu? I don't effing know. I'm not an Etsy seller. You have the wrong number. I will report you to Etsy. They'll ban your account. You'll never be able to scam anyone else on it. I want my waifu. Then report me. Tell me what I need to do to get my waifu. Take a step back and literally F your own face. Thanks, Tom Cruise. You filthy effing Chad. F off, kid. I'm hanging up. Wait, please. I just want my saber. I'm guessing that's an anime character. Please, just send it to me. All right, listen carefully, okay? Okay. Are you listening carefully? Yes. Look at your phone. Tell me the phone number it says you're calling right now. It's, yep. Please don't tell anybody I bought a waifu. Not a chance. And that's when I hung up on him. I don't work here. I'm a student like you. Let me start by saying most of the fault within this story lies with me for picking a crappy seat in the library. Computers on the bottom floor with canteen 10 feet away, toilets around the corner, and less walking because bottom floor. Yay, no stairs. Only problem is the seating area is kind of tucked to the side of the student help desk. IT help desk is on the second floor, but the admin staff will help students with logging into their student accounts or email accounts or reserving library books. Nothing super tech concentrated, just an extra step they do day to day, and they don't have to, but they do because they're nice people, and often students themselves. Anywho, I'd done zero work on my dissertation over Christmas break, so I went to do some and chose the aforementioned seat with all the seats around me vacant. Earphones in, I get to work. Guy sits to the left of me, makes a motion to pull earphones out. I do. Excuse me, I'm sorry to bother you when you're clearly working, but could you help me with logging in on the computer? Of course, I oblige. He gets what he needs and leaves thanking me. Guy 2 sits to my right, motions for earphones out, needs help with his class schedule. He's super polite and nice, and like Guy 1, thanks me and leaves. Girl sits next to me. She doesn't actually ask for my help, but I glance at her screen and see she's trying to get into her student email but has forgotten to put part of her email address. I tell her what to do to fix it. She's super grateful. Again, thanks me, leaves. Starting to see a pattern here. Enter B-Girl. She literally throws herself into the seat next to me, making me almost jump as I look at her and kind of smiled. She scowled back at me and began trying to log into the computer. I turn back to my screen to continue working when I see something moving frantically in my peripheral vision. I glance at her, she scowls and throws her hands up as if exasperated. I again turn to my screen. She then waves her hand in front of my face, which gets my attention obviously, and she makes the motion for me to take my earphones out, so I do. Scoffing. I'm here for my online enrollment. No questions, just a statement. I'm in my last year, and the enrollment system is totally different for first years, and it would involve selecting elective classes, and I wouldn't know which one she should pick for her course, etc. Essentially way above my non-existent pay grade. Me, while smiling. Actually, the help desk is right there. I point 2 feet from our chairs. Now, you can just help me now. You help those other people. I try to explain that those were simpler tasks, and this one would be better completed with the help of the people whose job it is to help with this stuff. She doesn't like my response, and huffily turns back to her screen. She repeats the getting my attention dance and goes to speak again when I loudly declare, I don't work here. And I very dickishly make a show of putting my earphones in, turning to my screen, and pointing to the help desk. She skulked over to the desk, and I assume she eventually got enrolled, but I had to take a smoke break because the sheer entitlement made me rage, so I'll never know. The most expensive phone calls on the planet. Many years ago, more than 15, I worked as a programmer for an oil and gas automation company. This means we would design and build the computer systems for oil and gas plants, commission them, and support the operators during day-to-day operations. Because of this, my company ran a 24/7 support phone. Every week, a member of my team would get the phone and be expected to be available to answer calls 24/7. We had enough people on the team that it would roughly equate to getting the phone twice a year. Most of the employees of this company were salaried, and the 24/7 phone was written into their contract. For every phone call they took, they could charge a minimum of 1 hour in banked time. It was a good deal for them and made the 24/7 phone easier to handle. I was a little different than my coworkers in that I wasn't a salaried employee. I was an hourly contractor, so my coworkers would bank their time, but I was just paid out bi-weekly. My contract also stated that if I was being paid by the company, I had to be available exclusively to the company. This was added by their HR department because a few years before they caught an hourly contractor running side jobs for other businesses at his desk. This also meant that if they wanted me to be available exclusively to the company, they had to pay for my time. For 2 years, I knew the 24/7 phone existed, but I never had to take it because, according to my contract, if they wanted me to be available, they had to pay my hourly rate after normal work hours to ensure that I was available to answer the phone when it rang. Then, as in most corporate stories, My completely awesome manager left for greener pastures and was replaced with an absolute tool. After a month of being in the office, he decided it wasn't fair that everyone took turns on the phone except me. He declared that I would be put in the rotation effective immediately. I didn't want to cost the company a ton of money, so I tried to explain that if I'm on the 24/7 phone, that means they have to pay me 24 hours a day for 7 days. He scoffed and told me I obviously didn't understand how business worked. I told him he didn't understand how my contract was laid out and that I'm an hourly contractor, not a salaried employee. He insisted that to be a team player, I'd better take the phone or look for employment elsewhere. I didn't want to seem like I wasn't a team player, so I accepted the phone and started my clock. 7 days later, I handed the phone off to the next guy and submitted my bi-weekly invoice. It came out to just over $10,000, with $8,400 being just that 1 week of having the phone. I waited about 15 minutes before I was pulled into the manager's office. When I arrived, the manager, the head of HR, and the manager's boss, the head of the department, were there with my most recent invoice sitting on the desk. The department head just looked at me and asked what the hell I was thinking when I gave them that invoice. I explained that the new manager insisted I take the 24/7 phone, even though my contract clearly stipulates that if the company wants me available 24/7, they have to pay for every minute I have the phone. The new manager became redder with every word. When I was finished, the department manager turned to him and asked why he didn't know this, since it's common knowledge that no contractors are ever put in that kind of position. As he was stuttering for an answer, the department head dismissed me and told me to expect my check at the usual time. The best part? During the entire week I had the 24/7 phone, it only rang twice, both during work hours, and both calls asking for a specific person in the department. All I had to do was give them a phone number. Those 2 3-minute phone calls cost the company $4,200 each. After that, the new manager pretended I didn't exist and refused to talk to me for 3 months until he was moved to sales in a different department. I was at the company for another 2 years and never saw that phone again. Hey guys, thank you all for watching the video to the end, and I'll see you in the next one.